Hello vinyl community, this is Marty, and this is my classical Warhorse video. And classical fans know that a Warhorse is a composition that's been played like a million times and is still a standard with all the major orchestras. So I'll be throwing a lot of names at you, but they're all worth knowing. To give you an idea of the size of my collection, here are some pictures of a portion of my classical CDs, but today I'm sticking only with vinyl. And here we go, this is one of my first classical records. I got it around 1970, and the piece is Anton Dvorak's New World Symphony, or Symphony No. 9. And Dvorak wrote it after a visit to the United States from his native Czechoslovakia. I love this rendition by Rafael Kubelik, and this is a necessity for new classical listeners. Next, Shostakovich Symphony No. 7. This one's a 2-record box set conducted by Leonard Bernstein with New York Philharmonic. Bernstein championed the Russian composer and performed many of his works here in the United States. This is a harrowing symphony, and it's got a cover photo to match. Next, Beethoven's Symphony No. 9. I have a bunch of renditions, all very good. This was my first copy of the symphony that I ever got. My wife gave it to me. Everyone knows the story of how Beethoven wrote and conducted the symphony when he was stone deaf, which is just scary because it's still one of the greatest symphonies ever. Here's the Planets by Holst, and these are just beautiful tone poems. They get played a lot. Solid Warhorse. Everybody should have a copy of the Planets. Next, 3 sonatas by Beethoven, and these are generally grouped together on a record or CD. I have other versions where all 3 of them are all together. The sonatas are subtitled the Moonlight Sonata, which everybody's heard, the Pathetique, and the Appassionata. And here they're played nicely by Rudolf Serkin. Now this is Glenn Gould playing Bach's Art of the Fugue, and I've heard other versions. I even have a brass version of the Art of the Fugue. Gould is best known for his piano, and he's famous for doing Bach's Goldberg variations. And here he plays the organ on the Art of the Fugue, one of the few times I have anything by him playing organ. Now here's the greatest Warhorse of all time, Peter Tchaikovsky's Piano Concerto No. 1. And here it's played by very young Van Cliburn, who became famous after winning the Tchaikovsky piano competition in Russia back in 1958. It was really rare for an American to win the competition. Van Cliburn went on to become a legend in himself. Now here's Vivaldi's Four Seasons. Everybody needs a version of this, whether you like classical or not. It's a standard. And in this version, the principal violin is played by Itzhak Perlman, who's just legendary 20th century great violinist. I have about 6 renditions of Vivaldi's Four Seasons. Now here's Stravinsky's The Rites of Spring. And when this premiered in Paris, it was the equivalent of Bob Dylan playing the electric guitar at the Newport Folk Festival. I mean, people went crazy and fights broke out in the streets, and it's just one of the greatest works ever. This one is Edward Grieg, the Peer Gynt Suite, just a lovely piece of music, and here it's played by the Berlin Philharmonic under the direction of Herbert von Karajan, which is another name worth remembering. Great conductor, 20th century. Last but not least is Beethoven's Piano Concerto No. 5, which is my favorite of the 5 piano concertos. And this version was conducted by Zubin Mehta, who is a conductor who was born in Bombay and is one of the classical world's great talents. I also have this box set of the concertos played by Vladimir Ashkenazy, who is also a great conductor and pianist in his own right. So that's it for now. I hope I didn't bore you too much, and hope you learn something, or at least, go out and get some of these if you see these records around, and just grab them and get a good introduction to classical music. So take care, and I'll talk to you again another time. Bye-bye.